Hi, welcome to the Rittners Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today. The time of the year, December. The theme, Christmas. We call this particular video Nostalgic Christmas. Why? Because we can go in so many different directions during this particular holiday as far as theme, as far as style of design, and so forth. In the various videos that we've shown in our video collection, you've seen things ranging from Christmas trees that are set up for tabletops to contemporary type Christmas. In this particular segment, we're going to show you some what we call nostalgic designs. These are classical designs, but they're not old-fashioned. They're actually quite pretty and use all kinds of contemporary things, yet bring about the feeling of nostalgia for the holiday. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this video. We hope that you do and have fun and get inspired by some of the contents. So what do we have here that we want to show? Nostalgia. Let's start with just some lovely arrangements. Look, isn't this beautiful? This definitely says Christmas. Content-wise, we've got a variety of different things in here. We've got our Gerbera. We've got our Fuji. We've got some green hydrangea. We've got some of our carnations. We have some spray roses tucked in. But to give this design a with it kind of look, something that definitely feels 21st century, yet invokes a nostalgia, we're playing with the red motif here in some of our grevillea blooming flowers that are worked in here. And we have some of the silvery white cochia worked in here. And then this is all served on a palette of some of our beautiful balsam foliage. It's done in a red container of glass with some foam in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It definitely conveys the theme of Christmas in a classical yet non-traditional kind of way. It is beautiful. Taking the same idea and playing with it just a little bit bigger, let's take this one. Notice the silver container. The silver container. And we are deliberately building this design so that the particular container is not facing you straight, but it's done at an angle, which is again a non-conventional use of our material. It's a beautiful design, and again, this is the kind of arrangement that can really grace your home, that you can make up if you are into doing these kinds of things, give away to family, to friends. It's absolutely amazing. Once again, we're using a red Gerbera right over here, a Fuji over here, some of our red carnations worked here, here, and here. But again, to give a very, very contemporary kind of feeling to our design, even though it is classical in statement, we're using some of our red grevillea flowers. Notice them right here, 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 worked over here and here, and then some of our silvery white cochia worked in here and there. And again, like the other one, served on a palette of some of our balsam foliage, so that it definitely has a nice feel. There are some spray roses worked in. This is magnificent. It is a lovely bouquet that I'm sure you would enjoy to have in your home. And after this video, I think I'm going to bring it home with me because I think it is so, so pretty. Now, what are other things that we can do that we would call nostalgic? Well, for me, one of the nostalgic things about Christmas is the fact that we think in terms of the tree and we think of presents under the tree. And that's kind of the theme of this particular little piece. If we look at it, the container, very, very rustic in feeling. Some of our branches of wood are placed around in a circle around a base, foam inside. The top, notice the little gift packages. That's really the theme of this, gift packages. See them? They kind of peek through. And the gift packages, which evoke the gift packages that are left around the tree, are supported by a wide range of different things in this particular base. We have in here some of our pine cones right here. We have a few of our pink carnations, some of our white palms, some of our green athos palms worked here and there. A few of our little spray roses are poking through. And then we have these magnificent little asters that are red, Japanese asters that are red worked here and there. A piece or two of our dogwood foliage, I should say branches that are peeking through as well. It's a lovely little design. This is the kind of design that would work very, very well if you're visiting somebody and you want to bring a little gift with you. They would also work very, very nicely in a work area, possibly on a kitchenette or dinette. They're absolutely pretty, very easy to make, lots of fun, a few millimeter balls in here, and it definitely evokes the concept of nostalgic Christmas. Now, what else do we have that we can show you along the same line? Well, I love water-based designing, and I don't want you to think that Christmas designing doesn't allow that, we have a tube, and in that tube of water we happen to have this golden grevillea. It's absolutely great. It's a form of the foliage that has kind of a golden brown on one side and green on the other, and we're using that to create texture and color to our base. On the top, a lovely arrangement, and the arrangement again brings across the holiday theme. We've got a variety of different things in here, some really neat materials. We have some of our calla lilies, mini calla lilies over on this side, another one over on this side. Some of our tulips in the red theme coming up over on this side. A focal area in here using some of our green millimeter balls, some of our red roses worked in here, a little bit of hydrangea, some of our ilex berries coming out in the back, and some of the magnificent kochia materials that are coming in at the present time, that silvery white material. So we can play with water-based motifs that definitely tie in with the holiday and bring across a nice theme of nostalgia with our greens, with our reds. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and it's one that I think that really should kind of promote some ideas in your mind in terms of the kinds of things that maybe you'd like to try to play with and do for the holiday. Okay, moving along, we have another neat motif. To me, when we're thinking in terms of Christmas, we're also thinking in terms of hanging up stockings and waiting to see what's in them and that kind of thing. Well, we don't have a stocking here, but we got the next best thing, Santa's boot. Santa's boot. A wicker piece simulating a boot gives us our base for this particular design, a liner with foam inside, and then, wow, look at the things that we can do with it. We've got all kinds of things coming out of the top. We have, of course, our cushion using our foliage, our Christmas foliages, some of our snapdragon worked in here, our gerbera, red gerbera, some red carnations mixed in here, some spray roses, a few pieces of our blue delphinium to give us contrast, some hydrangea, some of our holly foliage. We have some of our white kochia worked around here. It gives a nice medley of reds, of whites, of blues, of golds, and again, the blues tie in very, very nicely with the container, which is the Santa's boot. Santa's boot evoking all kinds of wonderful nostalgic feelings for this holiday and the various symbols that are established with it. I think this is a lovely design. This again is one of these designs that you can put on a sideboard, in an entry hall, in a bay window. It works so, so well. Now, in this particular one, we used Santa's boot motif and we came up high, but we can also play with the Santa's boot motif in other ways too. Here, for example, is a similar kind of piece. It is Santa's boot, but notice that this one is working horizontal, on the horizontal plane, instead of coming up on the vertical plane. And let's take this and see how this one is established, because this one is a really, really neat one. And again, my viewer, I think in looking at this stuff, you can come up with all kinds of interesting ideas in terms of the kinds of things that you can do for the holiday. In this particular case, Santa's boot is red. And again, we're making ample use of this concept of reds, greens, and so forth. This is an amazing design. Notice how the arrangement itself is elevated up because of the boot. We're working in this plane rather than in the vertical plane. Starting off with our gerbera in the center. Surrounding the gerbera with a variety of things. We have some of our red roses. We have some white lisianthus flowers that are worked throughout the design. Coming out on the sides, this amazing white kochia, the kochia. We have some of our grevillea flower bloom here, here. This red grevillea flower feels so unusual, different, and yet it works so well because of the color motif involved here. Some of our green millimeter balls in here, and again, some of our classic foliages such as our balsam and some of our holly peeking through on this. It is a magnificent design. It works so, so well. And this is the kind of thing, again, that could be used to really, it could be used as a gift item for people. It could be used to dress up your home. These kinds of things bring about holiday cheer and certainly have a touch of nostalgia in the 21st century. We love it, and we think that you will enjoy playing with this kind of thing as well. I have one more design that I'd like to show you, my viewer, to spark your thinking in terms of designing that you can do for the holiday. We have been very, very busy here at Rittners Floral School. Our staff has been busy turning out all kinds of lovely things, and we've really been enjoying the process of doing it. Notice in this particular case, the base, it's kind of a cute wicker basket. It simulates Santa Claus. It has the red, the white, with the kind of soft furry kind of thing, a belt, a couple of little feet sticking out here, so it almost feels like Santa's been turned into a basket, doesn't it? But there is a liner in it. Even looking at this from this particular point of view, where you're only seeing part of the design, it looks good. So if we made this kind of design and just did it down on this level here, in other words, kept it so that we had this part right here alone, it would be a lovely design. But wait, there's more. It's not just a small, short little design. It's a big piece. Wow, look at this. This one is a big one. And this is the kind of design that's big, it's impressive, it's showy, and you can really go wild on this holiday. So just because we're saying nostalgic does not necessarily mean we're talking teeny tiny, doesn't necessarily mean that we're talking old-fashioned. It simply means nostalgic. And this definitely gets across the idea with the Santa motif. Let's examine some of the materials that we're using in this particular design. Fantail willow coming up here and over here establish the height of this piece, along with some of our curly willow. These branchy materials are available to us, again, courtesy of the folks of Blooming of Beloit, Wisconsin, who've been very, very nice in providing some of the materials that are used in this particular video. We have also from the folks of Blooming of Beloit some of the cochia. This is that white kind of material that is worked throughout the design. Anytime you use cochia, you'll notice that other colors and other flowers will stand out, pop out against it, and certainly that's the case here, because against our background of cochia, we happen to have some of our red roses worked in through this. We have a couple of our red gerbera angling over to the side. We have some hydrangea in the center, green hydrangea, along with our trichdianthus, some of our white cushion palms placed here, a little cluster of our millimeter balls, again, very, very seasonal, along with our balsam base, and then it all works so well together to create really a very, very lovely, large design. This one is for somebody who's been very, very good this particular holiday, somebody who's been very nice to you, or you really want to show love and express love to. It also would work very well in an entry area or a bay window. Well, what do you think, my viewer? Fun, huh? That's the whole idea. Floral designing is fun, and you can come up with some amazing things if you think outside the box and you want to play with different kinds of motifs and materials. Nostalgic Christmas. Nostalgic Christmas can be anything ranging from a container that kind of gives the feeling of Santa Claus with Christmas colors to a beautiful display of different colored flowers in a container, whether it's a silver container or a red little cube. It can be a basket with some simulated gift boxes and pine cones and other flowers worked in. It can be something in water base. There's so many different kinds of things that evoke the nostalgia theme without being stuffy or old-fashioned, and we think that it's great. We've all worked very hard here at Rittners to present this video to you. On behalf of all of us here at Rittners Floral School, we want to wish you a very, very happy holiday season. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner. Thank you for coming in and visiting with us today.